While most investors were counting down to midnight, BigBear.ai was quietly finalizing a $250 million deal that could change its trajectory, with the stock being up over 5% today and momentum building up fast. But is this just a rally for the New Year's headline pop, or is the new acquisition of Sage AI the catalyst that finally unlocks a move towards $7? So in this video we'll break down the technicals, the deal, and what really matters next for BigBear.ai investors. First, let's talk about the fuel for today's rally, the Sage acquisition. BigBear.ai officially completed its $250 million all-cash acquisition for Sage on December 31st. The reason as to why this matters is because Sage is a secure, mission-ready generative AI platform with over 100,000 users across 16,000 government teams. It's designed for top-secret use cases, solving the security problem that has kept many government agencies on the AI sidelines. Analysts do expect this deal to be financially accretive, adding roughly $25 million in annual recurring revenue for 2025, which is a six-fold increase for Sage compared to the previous year. As well, BBAI didn't just stop at the acquisitions. They are aggressively expanding their moat through strategic partnerships and international growth. On December 18th, BigBear.ai teamed up with C-Speed to integrate its Conductor OS platform with lightweight radar systems. This creates an autonomous threat detection system for borders, which is a multi-billion-dollar market through 2034. The company also opened a new office in Abu Dhabi in December. By moving directly into the Middle East, they are positioning themselves to capture massive defense and security contracts in a region that is rapidly modernizing its military tech. So now that we've got the news out of the way, let's look at the numbers and look at the chart to get a better insight as to where the stock has the potential to go. Now, before we dive into our Tesla charts, I just want to remind you guys of our Patreon membership, which is a 7-day free trial. And in this subscription, you get exclusive access to our Tickerflow AI app, which accesses full entry to AI-led trades and gives you alpha, as well to our top 3 high alpha trades of the week sent every single Sunday, which gives our subscribers immense returns. And masterclass education, when we do deep dives every single Sunday, and we drop educations on stocks, options, as well as risk management. So now, as you can see, we're on an hourly chart of BigBear.ai, and just to sum it up, some quick stats: the overall stock is up 7% here on the day, and doing in the volume of around 31 million shares, a third of the average volume, which is around 93 million shares. The stock is still valued at a market cap of around $2.5 billion, and many investors are certain that this is the next Palantir move. Now, if we look real quick at their earnings at the snapshot, they actually came positive earnings here Q3 of 2025. They still have to report Q4 of 2025 here, which is on the March 18th of 2026, so around 2 months from now from the current date here. The stock here was seeing a nice return here, but is actually selling off currently. Technicals are saying to sell, with a lot of analyst ratings saying that the stock is a buy with around $7 1-year price target. Here on the stock, we believe that the stock can go actually higher. So looking here, we do see that the algorithm has detected that the stock is bearish on the majority of the time frames. Currently, there is no buying pressure so far, but we do see the stock spiking up because even though we have sold off towards this low of around $5.31, the RSI here on the bottom has marked that the stock was pretty much oversold. And what this means is that we should be expecting a pretty much a bounce here, some buyers coming in, and that's exactly what happened here on this day, right? So we saw an oversold level, so a lot of sellers came in, they sold the stock more and more aggressively, and then the buyers came in. We saw that nice upward momentum, and that's what we're seeing here on the stock. But factoring in the overall levels here, looking, let's say, at the multi-time frame analysis, maybe adding a swing high anchored VWAP here, because this is where the sellers obviously initiated the downward move. The time to go short was around this zone, but the sellers, initiated the downward trend up here. And this is where exactly around this zone we saw sellers coming in aggressively, just adding more supply. As well, the RSI was pretty much saying that the stock was overbought, and that's why we declined as well. But I am firmly positive that if the stock does get above this level here of $6.56 per share, we can explode towards higher levels. So what I would like to see here would be a bid here of the stock, slowly start to see those higher highs, higher low formations, and then get above that area of resistance, which would be, this anchored VWAP, and that would be obviously the initiation of the long. So anything above the anchored VWAP, so around the zone would be the buying zone here on BigBear.ai, and seeing the potential of where it has to go, we can use Fibonacci retracements here, and the stock can go here towards $11. And my other price target would be towards $16.18 based on the Fibonacci extension of this current move here. We also have to acknowledge that we have been holding this important area of support for quite a while, right? So we have one touch, two touches, so we've been holding, even the third touch here, we've been holding this anchored VWAP. That has been very, very important. So you may be asking yourself, well, what is this level, right? So zooming out towards a daily chart here, this is actually the IPO anchored VWAP, right? So from the initial public offering, the majority of the long participants, or people that are making money right now in the stock, are long on an average price of around $5.43, which is this anchored VWAP line. And we see that every single time it comes on the daily, we see buying, and buying. So this level is very, very important to hold. Now, the thing here is that if this level fails to hold for the next time it comes back and pulls down towards this level, we're going to see a further decrease here in the price action of BigBear.ai, because the sellers would, become more aggressive as these people have to cover back, sell their positions here. So we would see something like this, maybe a break, retest, and then that further decline, looking for those lower levels here of support. And, on that bearish case, our trend algorithm would shift towards, fully bearish. It would be red line, kind of like this. And then we would see maybe levels going towards, let's say, the $4 zone, maybe this higher low formation, and maybe this area of support here, which would be around $3.66. This would be, like I said, my bearish case here in case the buyers do not sustain this technical momentum level of $5.45. Now, on the contrary, the bullish side, or the bullish aspect, would be obviously the hold of this level, the initiation and break above this area of resistance, right, and move towards $11.85, and my second price target of around $16.14 here on BigBear.ai. BigBear.ai isn't just advising anymore. It's quietly evolving into a modular AI platform embedded inside the most secure agencies on Earth. The acquisition of AskSage could be the inflection point that shifts BigBear.ai from project-based work to high-margin recurring AI defense revenue. Now, here's a real tension. Are we at the start of the very AI defense supercycle, or is BigBear.ai still walking the tightrope of government funding risk and execution pressure? Let me know in the comment sections below your thoughts if you're buying BigBear.ai at $5 or if you're staying on the sidelines. If this video helped, feel free to give it a like, subscribe to the channel to join this community for more AI stock breakdowns, and remember, don't let the markets whip you guys out. I'll see you guys on the next one.